Silent Town, Episode 1. The echoing steps. The street was empty. Too empty. Ethan's footsteps echoed through the cracked pavement as he walked. The sound unnaturally loud in the eerie stillness. The town felt like a frozen photograph storefronts. Stood untouched, their windows coated in thick layers of dust. Inside, mannequins posed in eerie silence, their blank faces turned toward the street. Rows of cars lined the roads, yet not a single engine hummed, not a single door open. The silence was suffocating, and then the footsteps came. Not his. A second set. Ethan stopped mid-step. So did they die? His pulse spiked. Slowly, he turned around. Nothing. Just the stretch of an abandoned road behind him. His skin prickled. The town had been like this since he woke up, silent, unmoving, wrong. He didn't remember how he got here. Couldn't recall his last memory before waking up in the middle of this desolate place. He tried calling out, but his own voice felt muted, swallowed by the heavy air. He had never heard silence like this before. It was thick, oppressive, unnatural. That movement, a flicker of shadow between the buildings. Ethan's breath hitched. His fingers tightened into a fist. Hello. His voice cracked. Silence. Then, from the alley ahead, a whisper slithered through the air. Hello. Ethan stiffened. The whisper hadn't echoed. It had responded. The sound was distorted, his own voice. Twisted. A wrong version of him speaking back. The realization sent a bolt of cold terror through his spine. He swallowed hard. Who's there? Nothing. He took a slow step forward. The air shifted. The town still looked the same, abandoned shops, lifeless buildings, but something felt off. He could feel it now. The presence. Something unseen. Something watching. A creaking noise made his breath hitch. A door. One of the shop doors. Slightly ajar now, even though it had been closed seconds ago. The wooden sign above it read Miller's Antiques in faded gold lettering. Ethan hesitated. Then, against every instinct, he reached for the handle. The metal was ice cold. He pushed the door open, and the hinges groaned, the sound almost deafening in the oppressive quiet. Inside, dust danced in the dim light filtering through tattered curtains. The shelves were cluttered with ancient-looking objects, porcelain, dolls, rusted pocket watches, framed photographs of people whose faces had been scratched out. A single grandfather clock stood at the back of the shop. Its hands weren't moving, but the pendulum swung, back and forth, back and forth. A soundless rhythm in the silence. Ethan stepped deeper inside, his heartbeat loud in his ears. Then thud. Something fell behind him. He spun around. A book lay, open on the floor, its pages yellowed with age, but the writing fresh. A single sentence, scrawled across the page in jagged ink. Turn around. Ethan's breath hitched. Every muscle in his body screamed at him to run, but he couldn't. Something held him there, locked in place. Slowly, he turned his head and froze. A figure stood in the shop now, barely 3 feet away. It was him. Ethan's reflection, but wrong. The same clothes, the same face, but its eyes empty, black voids. No whites, no pupils, just darkness. Then it smiled, his own smile. In the blink of an eye, it was right in front of him. The world snapped to black. To be continued.